Is anybody there? I'm going to be talking to you for about a minute. And I want to talk to you about apples. Apparently, according to the word apple, it came out of Asia and Europe, the apple. They brought it into the US, but they couldn't make it work properly, the apple. So they sent it up to Washington and tried it out in Washington, Seattle, where the apples seemed to grow. So they passed it over to Canada. They knew it grows better in the cold, the apple, where the tree sleeps and the tree awakens. But the citrus orange is the question, because they call oranges apples. They call all fruits, or most fruits, apples many years ago. Apple is a name for people creation of the computer, of the sauce of the mind. The apple is in the ass and it is shot into me. Why would I say that? Mac in tush. Tush in Hebrew is your ass. Okay? To shit. Tien, N-T. Main, M-E-I-N. In Macintosh, instead of the C, because wrapped around the C looks like an E. So it's me in the ass. Like all juices are an element of, this is the way I see it. I went to drink 250 milliliters of orange juice, and it said on the can 110%. Well, why not tell me drink 200 and it'll be exactly 100%? Why are you telling me 110%? This over here, sugars are 50%. Now the apple is the core. It's right here, your Adam's apple. The core that goes right through your body, that holds all the seeds that let you go to the bathroom. Apparently, even if our apples and it says in the ass, they shot me in the ass, the same thing goes, is that's the way for the apple to go through the seed, through your stomach, through your heart, into your ass. Somehow there's something in the apple that needs to pass in the center of your body, either to give you life or so that the beta system can pick up what's going through you. So they grew different kinds of colored apples, depending on what it was. But on the inside of the apple, it usually was always the same color. That was the color of the apple. Is that possible? Of course. The colors on the outside show it. The orange, I'm not too sure about, because it was the movie 24 Hours. The big thing about the oranges, the code that they were bringing was something coming from a laboratory saying whether or not it's going to be a winter freeze, to see whether or not they can create a tornado or a really cold spell to put up or down the price of the oranges. 24 hours. Also, a new species of orange was on the way out. Was this species any good? What was the results? They screwed it all up in the movie. Johnny Appleseed was a real person, but Paul Bunyan was not. So Paul Bunyan, we know, is a made-up story. So what's the made-up story about Johnny Appleseed? Because since Johnny Appleseed was here in 1796, that would have made exactly 20 years after the independence, 5555 cycle. How many states do we have by now? Is Washington a state in the U.S. by the time we have the apple tree? When is Seattle a state, and when did Seattle become known as the apple tree man? And potatoes. 1796 to 1996 is 200 years. But we all know the apple cannot be pushed, and it must take up to 16 years, if I remember, before an apple tree can really grow any apples. 16 years after 1776 is 92, George Washington's birthday. Full grown, I'm talking about. 1796 to today is 216 years. Times 2 is 432. So it made it exactly into the center, the apple. Whatever they were doing inside of us or into this world, they brought it right down to the middle of the center by being exactly 216 years away. But since the seed got planted in the first year, it's 215 or 2015, the year we're in, because of the 303 creation of Christ, born in 3 BC, making it the year 2015. So we're a little off in everything right now. We actually missed the Mayans by 3 years. But the Mayans weren't down here, up in time. They were before that time stretch. So for them, it's the exact time, 2012, because they knew what time it was for you. But for them, it was 2014, 2015, because they knew the calendar was off from the coming of Christ. Raphael, 7286, a little apple history. Apple, apple the word people. People, apple, people, apple. Where did I change the page to? People and apple. Pool, pope. Pope, popple. The topple, topple. Topple, pope. Ample, ampoule, a light bulb. Apple is an ampoule, a light bulb. So what would that have to connect? You see, I'm just throwing things out here in this cassette. What would the light bulb have to connect? Because you know what? Believe it or not, there's at least 10 things every single day that I never complete because the day's too short. I don't stay up long enough. Otherwise, I'd be, even if I went into tomorrow, I couldn't even do it even if I had tomorrow and today. I don't have enough hands. I have to write up the precept. I have to write up the first word. I have to break it all down. I have to categorize them to where they can possibly fit compared to something else. And so I just bring you out the best I could, the best of it. And I appreciate it. Raphael, 7286. Sandy is coming. 3 days to Halloween. And like I thought, the World Series doesn't end on time, and neither does Halloween, and neither does the World Series, neither does the president's election. The only thing that's actually going to be on time is what's going to happen in the waters. The waters, my friends. The waters, my friends. The waters. Anunnaki, Loch Ness, Anaconda. What's coming out of the waters? What rivers are starting to flow quicker? Is there a dam? All the dams that have ever went up, has anyone ever come down for any reason? Has anybody ever removed the dam and rebuilt it? What would be the best way of rebuilding a dam? '88 says Hoover. It also talks about Colorado. Now it could be a code. I'm running on a one single cell right now. When a one single cell, well thought out, but it can be in other places also. There's something in Oroville, California. I call it the ranch. How far away and where was Michael Jackson's ranch? Was it in California? And was it near Oroville? I have to know, because if it was near there, wow. Wow, what a story that is. If that's where it was, wow, wow, wow. Oh my God. If Michael Jackson was near Oroville, now I'm going to go check. Saying again, Raphael 7286. I've got my eon things. My eon things? I can't say my ion things. I got my eon things.